said he noticed, he goes, there's something, I can see it in your play, you're not paying attention, you're really spacey, you know, you're forgetting plays, I'm having to call timeout during practice, because I mean, the play I've run 50 times, I'm like, all right, what do we do on this play? And everyone noticed it. And of course mine, you know, I'm telling you the severe part of it, there's lesser stories, but, so I sat out for a year, and I was going to come back, and I spent 2009 and 2010, 6 months of both those years in bed with migraines. And I'm working at UCSF now, and you know, I've contacted the NFL, and they obviously gave me a grant to do research on the whole the concussion thing. And now my whole mindset's changed. I'm like, well, what could I have done to not, you know, and then now that I've learned what a concussion is, like, you know, if you're hitting someone and you see flashes of light or you're getting any kind of, you know, discomfort, you know, those are different, you know, degrees of concussion. Concussions aren't just knocking somebody out and you don't know where you're at, or you're dizzy or slurring. Those are the bad ones. And, you know, it's shit. Well, I mean, shoot, what was it, yesterday? I spent all NFL Sunday at the hospital, UCSF, and getting migraine. I mean, yeah. And, you know, it's nonstop. It's gotten to the point where
it's grueling.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like an open book now, trying to learn as much as I can, and I don't see, and I tell guys this, and I don't see it, and even now I tell you I'm okay, I'm fine. If I had to play tomorrow, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna play, but you might not let me go, but and that's the hard part is your kids. The player's always gonna be all right. I mean, if he feels like he can run, like you said, your son, he felt all right. Like he went ahead and played. And everybody, all the guys do that. And I don't have the answer to how to change that. Because I come from a generation as you go until you drop dead. So, only thing I would think was maybe the kids, maybe being more alert of the symptoms of a migraine or a concussion. And I always tell people it's not bad to have it, but if you have it, you need to say something. Because then you can maybe, you know, prevent if you take a week or so off to make you, you know, get yourself back. But if you don't say something, you can pile them on top of each other. They just get worse, do they not? And so, you know, that's basically my spiel. I just wanted to, I'm all about educating the younger kids because, you know, I've talked to college kids and they don't give a shit. You know, they're taught the same way I was, the same way I was taught. And they think a concussion is getting knocked out, and that's not what I mean, that is a concussion, but that's not it. That's the one where you need to be taken off somewhere. Those aren't the ones that, you know, pile up and get you. And I don't know, now going through what I'm going through, you know, anything I can learn or reach out to help someone is a big thing for me, because like I said, I was on the complete opposite of this, you know, 4 years ago. So I think it's pretty cool you guys are teaching your kid at this age to recognize things, because it'll get you. I mean, I'm 33, and I've had these problems for 3 years now, and you know.
Did anybody ever talk to you about it? Like you're doing
not really. Ever? Not really. No, never. No one ever. I'm telling you, concussions didn't become a big deal until a group of guys 3 or 4 years ago. Like there's what is it? Traumatic.
CTE, chronic.
CTE.
Traumatic encephalopathy.
A group of guys, you know, that happens, when you're playing, you always know it happens in the older guys in their 60s, and now it's starting to happen guys in their late 30s and their 40s, and it's starting to become more of a thing, and, you know, that got to the NFL, now they're starting to make a big deal of it. Even my whole time I was playing, they would have told you nothing for knocking somebody out. You know, they've made a lot of rule changes and special teams and the head, you know, trying to keep people off each other's heads. So, they are trying to make a difference. It's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a hard fight because there's a toughness, there's a competitive thing behind it. And, I mean, I've seen guys break their legs or tear their knees and, oh yeah, I'm good. It's like, oh, you can't even walk. How are you good? You know, and they'll go back and try to play. And especially when it's something you can see, it's easier for a trainer or for a mom or dad to be like, all right, you need to sit down. But like you said, your son, he was pretty bad, and he felt fine 15 minutes later. Because they don't always put you out for the whole time. You can get your bell rung and get up and be like, all right, I'm good. So, well, that's pretty much my story.
That's excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much.